What is up, guys? This is Delvin with Gear Shift RC. Today, I wanted to show you guys my FMS LC80 FCX24 portal axle swap. One thing that you will instantly notice is that the vehicle does sit much higher. It's also sitting much higher right now because the factory wheels are 54 millimeters, and right now we have 62 millimeters on there. Normally these 62 millimeters would not fit on this body without major rub issues. It looks beautiful from the back. You can see all that ground clearance right there. This swap is fairly easy to do. The first thing you're gonna need is a set of FMS portal axles. Once you get a set of FMS portal axles, you'll need to take off the U-joint and you'll need to connect it to the factory drive shaft of the FMS LC80. So this portion of the drive shaft is the LC80. This is the LC80. The only part that you're gonna need to do is take off this right here, because the input shaft fits this. The input shaft from the LC80 will not fit it. So you're gonna need to merge this right here onto this part, which is fairly easy to do. It pops out. I used a little pry bar. Also, the other thing to take note is that these were on my LC80 and they do not fit the FCX portal axles. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you get hex nuts that fit the LC80 portal axles. The one tricky thing that you'll need is, if you look real close in there, you are going to need some small millimeter hex nuts, because the factory, and that's for your 4-link, the factory screws will not fit. So you're gonna have to get some hardware, additional hardware from your spare builds and stuff like that. And you're gonna have to get some hex screws, make sure to Loctite them in there. Your steering link for the servo, everything fits perfectly, it just drops right in. Factory, the LC80 does come with a panhard bar right here that goes across, but you won't need that panhard bar anymore. That's pretty much all you have to do to get this suspension on. It is a very easy job. The one thing that I miss is having my weights in the wheel. Since this is a hard body, we do need weights below. But if you're putting these portal axles on, like the previous video, I suggest getting the metal gears for here, or the Trill axle weights would be nice as well. I have the metal gears in here, so it does help with the weight, and I will be getting the Trill axle weights on here and still putting these on. With that being said, it's a fairly easy swap. It does lift the vehicle. It gives it a nice presence of off-roading, tundra style vehicle. The flex is about the same. The one drawback about having this axle conversion is that the vehicle is much slower. So if you want a little bit more speed, I suggest not doing this. Also, I don't think the turning radius is as tight as the other axles. The other axles turn way better. The benefit would be that it is slower, so the modulation of the crawler is way better. This is as slow as it goes now. This LC80 would not go this slow before. So it feels way more torqueier now, and you're able to go super slow. Before, this thing would just kind of take off. And I like wheel speed, but if you're into more crawling, this would be better for you. We'll do a little flex test now. When the truck's bottomed out, that's pretty much bottomed out right there. One suggestion I would do is get some softer springs. That way you bring down the center of gravity just a little bit in the truck. And I think it looks better like that versus high. That looks cool, but me personally, I'd rather have it sitting like this. So I do have a set of aftermarket dampeners, which are oil filled and have softer springs. So I will be putting that on here, and that's just gonna give me a better overall stance with my personal liking. You can see the flex is about the same. And let's see if we could get it to flex on like this. Probably not, but. With softer suspension, it might be able to do it. Very, very close. It looks beastie. Let's go take it for a run, guys. These portal axles just go over anything. And you can see the modulation is just so much better. There's a big hump on that side. And you see that? It's not turning right now. I think that's the downfall. So if you have this swap, you really want to probably upgrade the servo, and you want to get metal links because this is flexing and it's not turning. Wheels cranked all the way and it's still not turning. But once I get over that, then it turned perfectly fine. So, see, it's not turning right now, it's stuck. And you see I flipped right there. So I would suggest upgrading the servo, upgrading the suspension. Let's take it down here. Servo's just not strong enough. Whenever you get up on rocks, it just kind of binds up. And it was strong enough for the stock axles, but with these portal axles, The angle is just, it's not right. The last thing we're gonna do is take it on these rocks. These are like some huge rocks. And honestly, I could not cross these rocks at all with the factory axles. I tried it tons and tons of times and it would not happen. So we're gonna go ahead and cross these rocks now with these portals. Here's a little speed test for you guys. It's just a little slower, but it's not bad at all. All right, now that we have this back inside, the few things that I would definitely upgrade is going to be metal steering link, top and bottom, a more heavy duty servo that has more grams. The biggest reason why this doesn't steer well is because you see the screw right here, and you see this is the fattest part. What happens is when you turn, it sits right on top of that screw. Same thing for here. When you turn, it sits on top of that screw. And it doesn't allow the vehicle to turn. If these screws weren't here and it was a thin piece of plastic in that particular area, the turning radius would be greater. I would also get wheel weights. I would go with the Trill axle weights. And the very last thing I would do is the suspension. These are slightly rusted out. You kind of see the rust on there right now. The reason why I would change the suspension is because like that side is stuck down because it's rusted. So it's not gonna, see it's still stuck down. You kind of see this one up higher than that. And you see. So definitely get a servo, get probably a metal servo horn, get your steering links, get some wheel weights, metal gears, and yeah. And you see how plastic this is? It's not even moving the servo. And this is, everything's just flexing. This is why you want metal servo links. Other than that, would I recommend this? Yes, I actually would. I do like it. I love the clearance. I would put softer springs on here so the vehicle sits down a little bit more, looks a little bit more scale. I like the fact that I could put 62 millimeters on here. I didn't lose too much wheel speed. Overall, I love it. I love this rig right here. It's one of my favorites. And I want to keep exploring with it and kind of keep building it. So if you stayed to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe, because I will be placing the upgrades on this vehicle. And honestly, I think I'm just going to buy another 100% stock vehicle, and we're going to see how this performs over the factory stock vehicle. But as of now, this is Delwin with GearShift RC, signing out.